I found the back door to compete with AI. AI can generate code, AI can generate architecture plans, AI can generate thousands of solutions, but AI will never have two things: a life story and responsibility. So I realized something. Maybe the way to compete with AI is not by coding faster than it. Maybe the back door is something else entirely. Maybe it's simply being human. Hi, I graduated from college in 2012 with a degree in electronic engineering. At that time, I had an opportunity many engineering students wanted, a job opportunity at a major electronics company, Samsung. Back then, that felt like a dream job. But something subtle was happening. Electronical engineering as an industry was slowly losing momentum. Manufacturing was shifting globally. Hardware engineering was becoming less dominant. Software was rising. I didn't fully understand that at that time. I just had a feeling maybe I should study a little longer. So instead of starting that job, I went to Korea for graduate school. A few years later, something interesting happened. Many of my classmates started switching careers. Some moved into tech, some went into finance, some left engineering entirely. That's when I realized something funny. By going to grad school, I had accidentally avoided my first industry downturn. Graduate school in Korea was intense. I had a professor who loved yelling, not the quick kind, the marathon kind. He could go for hours. I remember standing in his office once. He flipped through papers and started criticizing everything: my research, design, my logic, my attitude, my future, my life. At first, I just stood there silently like a stubborn statue. Later, I discovered something about the Korean academy culture. Sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you work. What matters is how hard you look like you are working. So people stayed in the lab until midnight. Sometimes they are very productive, sometimes just sitting there. But staying late made you look dedicated. Meanwhile, I had my own system. I usually left the lab around 9 p.m. Everyone thought I was slacking off. What they didn't know was what happened next. Back in my dorm room, my real study started. Laptop open, research papers everywhere, quiet room, no interruptions. I would study until midnight. Eventually, I learned a survival trick. When my professor started yelling, I responded like, "Oh, thank you so much, professor. I know I didn't think about this before, those tricks." So it worked surprisingly well. Inside my head, though, I was thinking one thing: just wait until I get my diploma. I will never see you again. There was another thing about me back then. I loved dressing up. Makeup, high heels, nice outfits. Every morning I walked into the research lab looking like I was going to brunch. Some people assumed I wasn't serious about research, but honestly, I never regretted it because I still did the work. I just refused to become the stereotype of the miserable grad student. Looking back, I'm still proud of that girl, the well dressed grad student clicking across the campus in heels. I also dated a few cute guys. Movies, late night walks, long conversations about the future, about the culture difference. Those experiences shaped me just as much as any research paper. And those messy human moments are something AI will never replicate. After graduating, I moved to Beijing. My first job had nothing to do with programming. I was a technical translator. I translated technical documents, websites, communication between engineers and overseas users. One day, an engineer handed me a technical article. "Can you explain this?" As I translated, I realized something surprisingly. I actually understood it. So later, the team needed someone to build email templates, and then the front end just looked at me and say, "Oh, you seem to know how to do it. So just do it." That was me accidentally entering into the coding. A few years later, I joined a tiny startup. Tiny as in the boss and me. We hired an overseas development team to build a website platform. My job was to coordinate the project. Every day I reviewed code, tracked the progress, talked to developers. After a while, I noticed something. I could understand their code. And one night, I started at the screen and thought, what if I just become a software engineer? So why am I not writing it myself? And that was the moment I decided to become a developer. Later, I moved to the United States. By then, the tech industry was booming. Cloud computing, SaaS platforms, web applications, everywhere. Software developers were in high demand. For the first time, I committed to one career path, front-end engineering. And progressively, very quickly, everything just moved as I expected. I climbed the career ladder, but then the pandemic happened. Many companies began restructuring. Engineering jobs moved overseas. Eastern Europe, India, layoffs spread everywhere. My company had a big layoff round. The office atmosphere changed overnight. Everyone kept refreshing their email, waiting for that message. The one that says your job is lost. I was nervous too, but my name never appeared on the list. Around that time, a former coworker had already switched companies, so I contacted him. Hey, how's the new place? Are they hiring? And he said yes. I interviewed and switched the job. That move multiplied my salary several times. Looking back, that was another moment where I barely avoided a major industry shock. Then, now, the AI arrived. Suddenly, tools could write code, analyze systems, generate solutions faster than humans. And one night, I watched AI-generated code. Perfect, clean, efficient. And I realized something. AI can replicate knowledge, but AI cannot replicate a life. AI can learn thousands of programming languages, but it has never been humiliated like a professor. AI can generate thousands of lines of code, but it has never stayed up all night wondering if a decision was the right one. So here's the realization I came to. Maybe computer with AI is not about typing faster. AI has knowledge, but humans have experience. And AI can learn fast, but human can take responsibility. And AI cannot live a life. So in the AI period, my strategy is simple. Just being a human. And I want to share my story, my mistakes, my weird career path, my late night doubts, all of it. Because maybe the real backdoor to competing with AI is simply being human.